Hey, you're watching Water from Reddit. Grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's dive in. Earring noise-canceling headphones during a very unfortunate incident. I live in a townhouse with very thin walls. My neighbor's dog barks at everything, so I wear noise-canceling headphones when I clean. Today I was deep cleaning the kitchen and had music blasting. Like, obnoxiously loud Britney Spears kind of blasting. Midway through scrubbing the stove, I smelled smoke. I turned and saw a faint haze, the kitchen towel I had tossed too close to the stove, which apparently I'd accidentally turned on, was smoldering. I freak out, rip off the headphones, toss the towel in the sink, run water. It's out. I'm relieved. Crisis averted. Then I hear the banging. Apparently, the smoke set off my alarm. I didn't hear it, and my neighbor, thinking I died in a fire, called the fire department. So now I'm explaining to literal firefighters that the emergency was just a towel, while covered in soapy water and wearing fuzzy pink socks that say, "Hot mess." They were kind. My dignity was not. Noise-canceling headphones stopped me from hearing a fire alarm. Neighbor called the fire department. I met them in Britney mode. Leaving stuff in my parents' shower. 19M throwaway for obvious reasons. I like to explore my body a bit. Recently returned from university abroad to my family's house in my home country. Decided that I'd bring some dildos along to enjoy myself during the summer. As a guy, the easiest and least messy way to use them is while showering. So today, when my parents are out, I go in, and after doing my business, I finish showering and leave. The critical part is that I forget to take what I brought there back with me. Cue my parents arriving, and my mom immediately rushing to the bathroom. When I hear the sound of the bathroom door, I realize that my life was now over. After she leaves, I immediately rush in, hoping that she hasn't seen it by some miracle. What I end up discovering is that she has covered it with a towel, so at least my dad doesn't see, which means she absolutely saw it and knew what it was. Have not talked to them yet, and do not plan to in the next century or two. Left dildos in my parents' shower. I'm too embarrassed to leave my room at this point. Subscribe, just Water from Reddit. Letting my boyfriend bought fur scrapes online. So whenever I do buy fur, I travel to Canada and buy from a man that gets furs from roadkill and uses the money to feed his family. I make sure to respect the furs and handle them with care when I craft with them. Well, my boyfriend wanted to learn how to craft as well and bought some leftover fur scrapes for his LARP projects. He went online and saw an advertisement for some fur scrapes, thinking it was just small cuts of leftover furs. Well, the box arrived and he excitedly opened it. He had me pull them out one by one since he was a little scared it was dirty. He has a phobia of things that can potentially be dirty. Well, when I opened up the box, I pulled the first scrap out, and it was a little paw, which I thought was neat. After that, all the scraps just ended up being beaver faces. I kept pulling them out one by one, and his expression was becoming more horrified each time. He started to cry, and I had to comfort him, though I thought it was kind of funny. Boyfriend accidentally bought a box of beaver faces. Click it, the weirdest stories are ahead. Asking a bunch of executives, how popular is 69? Today I was in a Teams meeting with about a dozen executives and other higher-ups. My role in this call is to be the Tom Smykowski from Office Space. I talk to the customers, so the engineers don't have to. I have people skills. We are all discussing a replication outage on our SQL servers. Our SQL boxes are all named numerically like C01VM123, C01VM25, C01VM69, etc. We're talking about how each of these boxes are doing, and I'm giving reports on each of them. We refer to the box by its number, because who wants to keep saying C01VM like 50 times? We start with our most used machines and eventually get to C01VM69, and I'm all, how popular is 69? Instant head smack. 12-year-old me is chuckling while 40-year-old me is panicking. Awkward silence for a few agonizing seconds. Several people on the call go on mute. Thankfully, someone chimes in that it's only used for limited purposes. My confidence is completely shot, and I'm trying not to say anything else stupid. But it gets worse. MS Teams has these asinine emojis that can get attached to other people's comments. Another person in the meeting added a comment, and I tried to copy it from the chat. Of course, the instant that I clicked on the text bubble to copy it, the emoji menu pops up and I accidentally clicked on the damn lol emoji. I am now super panicking and I am desperate to undo that lol emoji. I end up just making things worse by clicking on the thumbs up emoji as well. Anyway, so that's how it's going for me. How about you? By saying, how popular is 69 in a big meeting? Followed that up by adding the lol emoji to some guy's comment. Made it worse by also adding the thumbs up. I, in fact, do not have people's skills. Water from Reddit. Overestimating my aim. This happened a few months ago. I had been dating this woman for about a month. I travel a lot for my job, so we had only had one formal date, but had spent a lot of time FaceTiming and on the phone. I finally was back in town, and she planned a date night at her place. We had an amazing date night at her house. She absolutely killed it. She made steak, shrimp, and baked potato as well as brownies for dessert. We had some drinks and played Uno with a fun amount of trash talk. The chemistry was off the charts. After all, that we hit the bedroom and the chemistry there was even better. Then in the middle of the night, I had to go pee. She had a bathroom attached to her bedroom that was only separated by a curtain. I didn't want to wake her so to avoid turning the light on. Just felt my way around until I found the toilet. I started peeing, and the sound of the stream hitting the water was pretty loud, so I adjusted to hit the side of the bowl. It was much quieter, so mission accomplished. I finished up, closed the bowl, washed my hands, and went back to bed. The next morning, I am woke up by her screaming, "What the F \\\K, you pissed on MY floor." Apparently, as I adjusted to piss on the side of the bowl, I turned a wee bit too far and pissed directly on her carpet. As she went to use the bathroom, it was still soaking, and the smell was strong. I tried apologizing, but she kicked me out and blocked my number. I took a piss at a woman's house and missed the toilet and pissed on her floor. Tap it, this is Reddit, raw and real. Accidentally threatened kidnapping. This happened a few years back and it still haunts me. I went to a local bar grill. As the hostess seated me, she asked if she could get me a drink. I said yes, and she asked for my ID. This is where I effed up. I should note, I'm 66 and a big guy with a beard. She was a petite 21-year-old. I pulled out my ID. It was a horrid pic I have on an orange shirt, and I was too tall for the Sierra, so I'm looking down at a weird angle. I looked like a creeper, and in the orange shirt, a convict. So as I had her my ID, I say, laugh it up. It makes me look like a serial predator. In good humor, she says, well, mine makes me look like a 14-year-old girl. Well, that's perfect, I say. They'll have pictures to use for both of us when you go missing. One of those moments where I was trying to be funny, but as soon as the words were out of my mouth, I instantly wanted them back. She gave a very awkward laugh, and I never saw her again. Didn't get that drink I ordered either. Trying to be funny when asked for my ID ended up being creepy and implying I had a thing for 14-year-old girls instead. They woke up from a coma, shaking it on my date and passing gas. So this happened last night, and I still haven't recovered. I'm literally so embarrassed. I went on my third date with this guy I really like, and we went back to my place after eating at a taco truck. We were listening to music, and I was feeling myself. So we're cuddling on the couch, and FTCU by Nicki Minaj comes on. I got up and started shaking my behind, making it clap if you know what I mean. Meanwhile, my date is sitting there like flushed smirking. Then I felt my gut rumble, and literally a second later, I accidentally let out the loudest, wet-sounding noise. I stopped and just stared at him, hoping that he didn't notice, or that the music covered it up, but I won't lie, it was loud. He quietly stood up, grabbed his car keys, and walked out the door. I texted him 20 minutes later saying, "Hey, you good?" He never replied and hasn't talked to me or snapped me all day. I'm literally mortified, and I think I messed things up. TIFU by shaking it on my date after eating tacos and accidentally passing gas loudly. Haven't heard from him since. Reddit, uncut, subscribe, accidentally revealing my coworker's crush in front of the whole office. This literally just happened an hour ago, and I'm still cringing so hard I want to disappear. I work at this small accounting firm, and there's maybe 15 of us total. We're all pretty close and joke around a lot. So there's this guy Kevin, late 20s maybe, who sits near me, and he's been acting weird lately. Like he keeps asking me about my desk neighbor Amy, what she likes to eat for lunch, if she's dating anyone, stupid stuff like that. It was pretty obvious he had a thing for her, but Amy seemed totally oblivious. Today we're all in the break room for someone's birthday cake, and Kevin's being his usual awkward self around Amy. She's talking about how she's thinking of dyeing her hair, and Kevin just goes, "You'd look good with any hair color," which was sweet but also cringe. I thought I was being helpful by nudging him a little. So without really thinking, I said, "Kevin, you should just ask her out already. We all know you have a massive crush on her." I meant it as like a friendly push, but the entire room went dead silent. Amy's face turned bright red, and Kevin looked like he wanted to crawl under the table. Amy mumbled something about needing to get back to work and basically ran out of the room. Kevin followed her, and I could hear them having this awkward conversation in the hallway. I think she was trying to let him down easy, but I couldn't really hear everything. Now I feel like absolute shit, because I basically forced this whole situation when maybe Kevin wasn't ready, or maybe Amy suspected, but didn't want to deal with it. The office vibe has been weird all afternoon, and I keep catching people looking at me like I'm some kind of drama starter. Kevin came back to his desk and hasn't said a word to me. Amy's been avoiding eye contact. I texted Kevin saying I was sorry and that I thought I was helping, but he just said it's fine, which clearly means it's not fine. I honestly thought I was being a good wingman, but now I'm wondering if I just made everything worse for everyone. Like maybe some things are better left unsaid. But also, isn't it better to just be direct about this stuff instead of dancing around it for months? I have no idea if I should try to fix this somehow or just pretend it never happened. Either way, I definitely fucked up. Just water from Reddit. I went at Costco to return something. I think I fucked up. I had to return something to Costco and then come home. But once I returned the item, I had to grab a 1.5 hot dog and soda. Then I decided to eat the hot dog and walk around the store. As many of you know, you can't just go to Costco and not buy anything. I think this is the point where I fucked up. I started walking around, and they had everything that I needed. At least that's how my brain is now wired to think. I had to go get a cart. My brain was running like crazy. Did I need a new hose and hose reel? No. But did the price look great? 100%. Did the kids need a dragon water slide? 100% no. But damned if I'm going to have the dragon water slide. Did I need 10 pounds of short ribs? Nope. I still have some in the freezer. Oh, but I got them. For those that haven't been to Costco, you get swept up in a sense of euphoria while walking around and looking and bulk items and slightly cheaper items around the middle. It's fantastic. I was supposed to be returning one item and coming home, and I ended up spending a few $100s I didn't need to spend. I didn't realize I fucked up until I got home and my wife gave me the WTF look. Also, as in typing this, I think I fucked up again. The dragon water slide is going to kill my lawn when I set it up. So yeah, I fucked up. I will not learn from this, but I'll try to be better. Next time I'm going without my wallet, or maybe bringing my wife. This can't keep happening. Buying a condo with the community dumpster right outside the bedroom window. First-time homeowners, but I still can't believe I overlooked this. It's our second night sleeping in our condo, and I'm just now realizing our bedroom window is right next to the dumpster. We love sleeping with the window open and feeling the crisp air, but I noticed a bad smell tonight. I looked everywhere and couldn't figure it out. Then, after hours thinking I was imagining it, I looked outside our bedroom window and looked down. Our condo is on the second story, and realized the dumpster is right outside our bedroom window. I really messed up overlooking this. Now I can't sleep. Like I can't stop thinking about the fact that I'm smelling the neighborhood trash pile outside. It's not just the bedroom either, it's the entire apartment. I do have a sensitive sense of smell, but my partner can also smell it in our room. We're in LA County, so our tiny condo wasn't cheap, and it was an uphill battle to get it after all the fires everywhere here. So we're locked in for a good while. How could I have not noticed this? I don't think it smelled before. Crossing my fingers that someone just threw away something extra stinky tonight and that this isn't the norm. Today, I fucked up by buying an apartment with a stinky dumpster right outside my bedroom window that stinks up the place. You're watching Water from Reddit.